The big game is fast approaching, but wait, you still haven't got your tickets. You've spent hours searching, but you're still confused about ticket prices. Time to stop searching. Visit ticketcompare.com. We compare ticket prices for all the popular leagues and tournaments for you. We work only with the most trustworthy sites, so you can have peace of mind when buying your tickets. Compare prices, buy tickets, get to the game. Ticketcompare.com. Buying tickets made simple.
They're on down at Arsenal.
Well, it's a pre-season now. So European game next week.
Oh, I'll get that in early.
Sean, how are you coming off training? How are you fixed this week, squad-wise?
Good. Ben Mee won't quite make it, I don't think, but he was on the grass, so that's a sign that that's easing. Scotty Arthur won't make it, but other than that, I think, well, apart from the long-term ones, we're making good progress, Stephen and Robbie.
And with Europe and everything on the horizon, are you starting to think about next season already?
No. 2 big games to finish the season. We had a chat with the players about that today, keeping the mental stimulus and, of course, the physical, that's, without question. And really that mental focus take on the next 2 games too, both tough games for different reasons. And the next one's down at Arsenal, obviously.
The way this season's gone, have you learned anything different than maybe your previous seasons here, with fighting at the top of the Premier League now?
I don't think it's relevant to the position in the Premier League or our position. I think it's just relevant to every season you learn something, as a manager, the coaches, the the players. I think there's something, it's not always individual things, it's just the way the game works, the way you're operating, of course. The kind of ongoing process that your team is improving and how it's improving, we have to keep an eye on that and understand it so that we can continue to move forward. So I don't think it's any one given thing. I think it's just what comes with experiencing all the challenges, particularly at the top level.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Really, the challenge is a different one, isn't it? It's different than maybe you've seen before. Does that throw up different challenges for you?
Well, no, I mean, we've seen it last season, so we went through it. I think the difference is we've delivered a better season. And I've mentioned many times recently, the players are maturing. We're understanding, the Premier League better, of course, the staff as well. But the players are maturing. I think we've adapted as a squad to what the challenge is. And we've improved the squad from the season. We lost some really good players, but I think the players who come in have really made a mark on the team this season.
And yourself as well, a lot of speculation right through the season with yourself. How have you coped with that? And, I guess there's a strength there.
I think I've coped with it over the years because I know the focus, and the focus remains on what we're doing here. The outside noise about it, although positive in this case, I've had a time, when it wasn't so positive. I think you get on with your job, and I think that's important. I remain focused on the task here, and I'm still here. At the end of the day, there's been a lot of noise over the years, and I'm still here, still enjoying it.
And I guess with Europe on the horizon as well, it's another place to go to, isn't it, with this club?
It literally is another place to go to, possibly. No, I mean, it's, breaking new ground here has become a theme of the different successes that we've had over the last few years. Different historic markers, but they come with the good work that the players have done. And the players deserve an enormous amount of credit. I mean, not there yet, but, everyone knows the goal swing, etc., etc. And players deserve a fantastic amount of credit for this season. And every other season I've been here, there hasn't been a season really when I haven't taken pride in what the players have attempted to do. Even the season when it didn't work out for us, they gave their lot. They wanted to try and make it work for us, and it just didn't happen. Whereas this season, we've had a marvellous season. But I think the players deserve enormous credit for the performances, for the kind of mental stability they've shown through a tough spell, especially after Christmas, to then get on the back of that and get 5 wins and put ourselves back in the position we're in. And fantastic credit to all of them, the squad, not just the 11 that I pick.
And then Sunday, a big emotional game, I guess, for Arsene Wenger down there. Are you ready for that?
I bet he's absolutely delighted his last game's against us. I bet that was written in the fairy tale that is the Arsene Wenger story. But no, he's a legend of the game without a shadow of a doubt. And whatever happens on Sunday, I'm sure there'll be some special moments for him, and rightly so. It was a shame last night that couldn't, possibly add to the finish of the fairy tale that is, because I think it's not literally a fairy tale because there's so much work involved, but I think his stamp on the profession, I think his stamp on football and his stamp on Arsenal have been incredible, and I'm sure he'll get the right response from all the necessary people on Sunday and beyond. Of course, there's still another game after that.
Yeah, and you know, you were a player for most of his career, as well as.
I couldn't believe he didn't sign me. I couldn't believe it. Having looked at their centre halves, I could not believe it. The way I played, the way I brought it out from the back. But anyway, that's his loss, not mine.
But what does he give to young coaches? What can you take from him?
I just think, well, there's many things down the years. I think the biggest thing for me is how to develop a side for the next challenge, you know, because I mentioned a few weeks ago when the news came out that when you look back at his first ever side, it was inherited a different way of playing, a different format, a different style. And he slowly changed that over the years, both with his own thinking, I presume, and with recruitment, of course, and kind of stayed current. And I think that's not an easy thing to do. You know, there's a lot of good things that you can rely on as a manager, and there's some I rely on myself, even after sort of 7 or 8 years as a manager. There's certain things that I think are non-negotiables, and they're the fundamentals of what we try and put into a team. But you've still got to be flexible enough to know when it needs changing and know how to alter it. And to have that many years' success, that's an amazing achievement in itself, without all the rest of it, without all the rest of the job, if you like, because that still is the main part. If you get that bit right, usually the team perform. Usually, if they're performing, they win more than they lose, and then all of a sudden, the rest of it takes care of itself.
Can you overtake them, do you think, in the next 2 games? Is that on?
We'll see. It's a very tough ask. I mean, you know, there's been a bit of noise apart from, you know, Arsenal's side of it as a manager, but about the team and is it doing this, is it doing. There's still a very fine side. I mean, we had it the other week with Chelsea. You know, everyone was saying, are they this, are they that? When they turn up as they did against us, they're a top side. So we've got to realise that. But as we've shown many times this season, we take on the challenge against whoever we're playing. So that's what we look to do. And
just finally for me, are you changing your ideas, your plans with Europe now as far as what you do during the summer?
Well, there's certain things, you know, timings and planning of a different sort. But, you know, yet again, we try not to go for radical change. We try to go for, you know, how we're moving forward, how we're adapting, how we're learning, are we changing things for the right reasons? Because you've got to be careful, I think, to not change everything, because it can be the wrong reasons. So we stick to, as I said, stick to the basics of what we do whilst looking at the challenge that is likely to present itself. Still not there yet, but I think it's fair to speak about it just on the amount of goals that are involved. So we'll see. But we've certainly got some idea on where we're going.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Laura, anything? Okay. Sean, please.